What if I told you that chasing meaning and purpose in your life won't guarantee that you'll find the joy and happiness you're searching for? I've spent 25 years learning this the hard way, and I'm going to save you decades of heartache, frustration, and time in the next 10 minutes or so. I'm going to skip all the fancy edits so we can just have a heart-to-heart between me and you. You've probably heard that if you work hard and set goals, you can find that meaning and purpose. That might be in your career, in your relationships, devoting your life to ministry or starting a business, becoming an influencer on YouTube or Instagram like I'm trying to do here, or even just starting a family. If I had a time machine though, I'd go back and tell my 20-year-old self that the meaning and purpose I set my heart on was not going to solve my problems and that it didn't guarantee joy and happiness. Hi, I'm Chad Torgerson, and I'm a Christian spiritual director, helping people to grow in their daily lives. And what I share one-on-one with them often comes through these difficult lessons that I've learned in my own life. And I want to share one with you today. And it begins back 25 years ago, just out of high school, sitting in my room alone at night, trying to find the meaning and purpose to my life. I had had a difficult childhood and had some relationship issues with my mom. I was struggling in my dating life with meeting women. I didn't have the confidence or the self-worth to approach anybody. At work, I was doing great, but then making decisions that were sending me in the wrong direction. But no matter how much it went off course, I've stuck with that same purpose for all these years. I had decided that my purpose was to help others, that my purpose would give meaning to the pain that I had felt for so long, that my depression wasn't in vain, that I could use the struggles that I had, the anxieties and the fears and everything that came along with it, and use it to help others. I put all of my hope and my faith in this idea of meaning and purpose. But what are meaning and purpose? I believe that meaning looks to our past while purpose looks to our future. So as you look back on the events of your life, you search for meaning in each one of them. But sometimes the meaning just doesn't make sense. 5 years ago, we all dealt with the impacts of COVID. And in my own life, I had made some pretty difficult decisions. And one of them was to not spend a lot of time with my mother. She was in her 70s. She had heart issues and she had some other medical problems that we had to worry about. So we did our best to keep a distance from her. We didn't want to get her sick or cause her to have any issues because we knew that if she caught COVID, that it might be a death sentence for her. But after all that time spent away from her, not long after COVID ended and we finally started to be able to see each other again, we found out that she had lymphoma. And within a few months, she died. And I spent a lot of time questioning what was the meaning of that. We had done so much to try to protect her and to care for her health by avoiding her and making her quarantine by herself to protect her, to make sure that she didn't get sick. But then she still died. What was the meaning behind that? How did this benefit my life? What was God's plan or his purpose in any of this? And this is the problem with trying to find meaning in our lives. It doesn't always make sense. Life doesn't always turn out the way that we planned. How can you find meaning when you've lost a loved one or you're struggling with health issues or you've lost a job or our relationships falling apart in your life? So when you struggle to find meaning, some well-intentioned people are going to tell you that look to the future. And that's when we start to look for purpose. You can't change what's already happened, but you can control where you're going next, right? But nothing could be further from the truth. Yes, you can make decisions that will shape your future, but you can't control the outcome. Going back deeper into where my life went 25 years ago. So I was struggling with mental health. And in that's when I finally got down on my knees and found faith and trusted God. And it started to turn my life around. My life legitimately started making steps in the right direction. And out of that change, I felt a call to ministry. I really felt that maybe one day I'd become a priest or a pastor, that I would lead people towards the same healing and hope that I had found in God. And so I started taking steps to make it a reality. I signed up for school and started reading more and devouring as much as I could about the faith. Did everything I could to start moving in that direction towards this purpose that I had found for my life. But the reality is that life constantly steered me in a different direction. At times it was my own circumstances, and at times it was through my own choices and the mistakes that I made. So life continued to take me sideways. And for years I struggled to let go of the fear, anger, and depression that came from not achieving my purpose. We live in a society focused on achievement, so we hope that a well-defined purpose will bring us joy, but In reality, it often leads to more stress, anxiety, low self-esteem as we struggle to attain that purpose. So am I telling you to let go of finding meaning and purpose in your life? No. Here's what I've learned over the past 25 years though. Acceptance. When searching for meaning, you have to accept the outcome, whatever it may be. You can still find meaning when life doesn't turn out the way that you had hoped. You've set goals, put in the work, and life still is going to go in the wrong direction sometimes. It happens. Actually, you can find more meaning in your struggles, failures, and challenges, because that's when you learn the most and grow the most and strengthen the most. There's meaning in your struggles because there's a reason for it. You wouldn't be where you are today if it wasn't for your challenges yesterday. So as you look forward in life and you try to find purpose going forward, acceptance is key here as well. Work towards your goals and your dreams, but be ready for any outcome. Accept what life brings your way, because there's so much in life that's out of your control. Yeah, and you have to accept the limitations of who you are and leave room for failure. And be ready for life's tragedies that are no fault of your own. How fast you achieve your purpose, or whether you achieve it at all, doesn't define who you are as a person. So be ready to adapt. Know that your purpose will evolve over time as you go through daily life. Your purpose today may look nothing like your purpose in 5 to 10 years. Speaking of adapt, before I get to the last point, I wanted to share that I'm adapting myself. I struggle to find time to create these videos, juggling a small business, my kids' schedules, and running a spiritual direction ministry. So from now on, I'm going to try to go in live, at least weekly, where we can discuss topics and you can ask questions from me directly. So stay tuned for that and hit the subscribe button to find out when I'm going live next. So now back to our show. So the final thing that I've learned over 25 years about acceptance is that it begins right now. With meaning, we are stuck in the past, and with purpose, we are constantly looking to the future. Acceptance goes beyond accepting our past or preparing for any outcome in the future. Acceptance is here and now. Accept who you are. Accept your circumstances. Accept that there is meaning and purpose in this moment. God has a plan for you right here, right now. No matter how difficult things may be, there's an opportunity to grow, to learn, to become a stronger, better person. I had once dreamed of becoming a pastor or priest, but I'm content with sharing this video with you today. And there are aspects of my career and my personal life that didn't turn out the way I hoped, but I wouldn't change a thing. I know there's meaning and purpose to where I am right now. What meaning and purpose is there in your life right now? I know that's a difficult question to answer, but the good news is you don't have to figure it out on your own. If you'd like to meet with me one-on-one, go to directionalfaith.com, where you can sign up for 3 free sessions to meet with me and learn more about what spiritual direction can do for your life. So thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless.